Thank you for joining us at XM.com for today's market comment by Harlan Bospisuros. I'm Maria Bashir-Debes. The US dollar traded higher on Wednesday, but it seems to be cooling down today as it is trading virtually unchanged or lower against most of its major peers, with the main gainer being the Japanese yen. The wounded yen found some footing after Bank of Japan board member Hajime Takata said that the central bank must consider overhauling its ultra-loose policy, as achieving the 2% inflation target is finally in sight, despite the uncertainty of the economic outlook. The BoJ repeatedly noting that the negotiations will be a key factor to consider at its future policy decisions, investors interpreted Takata's comments as opening the door to an interest rate hike soon. What may have also injected some life into the yen is the release of the BoJ's own core CPI metric, which showed that underlying price pressures remained unchanged at 2.6% year over year in January. Dollar-yen fell back below the round number of 150 after Takata's remarks, but it remains above the key support zone of 149.60, which could well attract buyers should the U.S. data later today corroborate the Fed's higher for longer narrative. After the CPI and PPI data suggested that inflation was stickier than expected in January, dollar traders are now likely to lock their gaze on the core PCE index, the Fed's favorite inflation gauge, which is accompanied by the personal income and spending numbers for the month. An upside surprise in this inflation metric also could prompt investors to further scale back their rate cut bets. Currently, they're assigning around an 80% chance for a 25 basis point reduction in June, with the total number of expected basis points worth of cuts by the end of the year standing at around 82, slightly more than the Fed's own projection of 75. This means that there's still some room for upside adjustment to the market's implied path. On Wall Street, all three indices closed slightly in the red yesterday, with the tech-heavy Nasdaq losing the most. Perhaps investors decided to secure some profits following the latest rally that was fueled by Nvidia's earnings and ahead of today's PCE data. In the crypto world, Bitcoin extended its rally yesterday, breaking above the round figure of $60,000 for the first time in more than 2 years. Thanks for watching today's market comment here at XM.com.